Hey, have you ever felt like your business is constantly in firefighting mode? The problem isn't that you're working too hard. It's that you don't have the right systems in place. Today, you're going to discover how efficient processes aren't actually a burden. They're the key to consistency, trust, and growth. Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility, the podcast empowering you, adventurous small business owners, to attract your ideal customers and boost your revenue. I'm your host, Jason McKenzie. Each week, we'll explore easy-to-implement tools and strategies to take your business to new heights and build the lifestyle you want. If you're ready for more profits and less stress, let's get started. Now picture a restaurant where every dish is a surprise. That sometimes what they mix up is perfect. Sometimes it's a mess because the kitchen lacks a set of recipes. Now, if you had an experience with a restaurant like that, would you go back? I guess you're probably not going to go back. Well, maybe you'd go back if the food was good, but once you got the disaster, you probably wouldn't head back again. Now, imagine that restaurant implements a clear written recipe. Every chef follows it, and every dish is consistently delicious. You would trust the experience, and you'd return. In business, your recipes are your systems. Now, a structured system isn't about being rigid. It's about creating consistency. So when every process is standardized, your clients are going to know what to expect, and your team can operate seamlessly, even if you're not at the office that day. Now picture this. You've got a growing business. You're great at what you're doing, whether it's design, consulting, coaching, whatever it is, right? And behind the scenes, it's exhausting. Projects keep getting restarted from scratch. Deadlines, well, they kind of slip. And your administrative work piles up. Remember those nights and weekends when you used to play back when you had a job? Yeah, you're using all of your time on the administrative work, right? Some days you're actually wondering, do I spend more time managing the chaos than actually getting the work done that you used to love? Does that sound familiar? If so, at some point you're going to realize something has to change. Maybe you're there right now. Let's look at 3 different areas and see which one is the bottleneck for your business. First area, client onboarding. If done right, you'll have documentation that outlines a clear step-by-step process so every new client experience is smooth and predictable. From the moment that they first hear about your business, through the sales process, and getting them set up with the actual transaction and moving them into step 2, which is the project workflow. When a customer is transitioning from the sales process into the actual project workflow, there's going to be certain information that needs to be gathered before they can move from the onboarding to the actual work. So make sure that you're creating templates or checklists, whatever it takes to outline all the information that's needed to make a smooth transition between those 2 points. Then, during the project workflow, create an outline of all the steps that should be happening to ensure the project runs smoothly and efficiently every single time with nothing getting missed. Sounding a lot like a recipe? It's because it is. Finally, invoicing. Whether you invoice at the start, the end, or some of each, make sure that that's documented. Make sure that it's clear to the customer so they know when they're expected to pay and how much they're expected to pay at the various points. So you could even automate billing, and you can have that whole system run automatically if you get that efficient and that organized. What would that result look like in your business if those 3 major pillars were organized? Probably you'd have a lot better flow for your customers. You'd probably have a lot less scrambling on your team. There'd be less guesswork wondering what's going on. Your team would actually know what to do every step of the way. Clients are going to trust you more. And most importantly, you as the business owner are probably going to have some space to focus on growth and creativity in your business. That means you as the business owner get to create new recipes for the exciting vision that you have for the future. Now, maybe you're worried that having all these systems in place are going to make things feel too rigid, right? That they'll strip away that unique thing that makes you unique. But the reality is, you get to bake that uniqueness right into the recipes. Systems don't restrain unless you built them to restrain. Think about all the times you've spent answering the same customer questions, fixing the same problems, or just manually handling repetitive tasks over and over yourself. If you have a system in place, those things don't necessarily need to draw your energy. Instead, you can delegate that, which allows you as the business owner to focus more on creativity, innovation, and the work that truly excites you. All right, so you might be thinking, hey, that all sounds great, Jason, but I still want to do it my own way. Now, ask yourself this. Do your current methods leave you overwhelmed, constantly redoing the same work, or maybe feeling like you're always behind? If so, do you even have enough time to be creative? I would say a small shift towards some systems it's not going to take away that individuality. Instead, it gives you a reliable foundation that is actually going to support your creativity and your vision going forward. All right, so here's your challenge for today. Think about one area of your business that constantly feels chaotic. Maybe it's client onboarding, invoicing, scheduling, maybe it's actual project completion. This week, find one and write out all the steps. Build a process for it. Build a recipe for it. Now, write down your process, look for automation opportunities, and delegate the repetitive tasks. It's surprising how a few very small incremental changes can help free up your time as an owner, which will allow you to drive significant growth in your business. Until next time, remember, the right systems don't hold you back. They help you move forward, which allows you to watch your business thrive.